Righty ho there, my crafty friends. How are you today? Welcome to my craft room. Okay, so I think this is, what is this? This is part 3 of our Ephemera journal book. I'm taking my favorite sweater off here. It is April, and I'm still wearing my favorite sweater, you guys, but I'm freezing to death. But I am going to put on a different sweater because I'm freezing. Yeah, here in Southwest Pennsylvania, it can't decide what the weather is going to be. So I'm going to put another sweater on. So what I've done since our last video was I got all the papers put together. Well, I got all the pockets glued, I should say. I got all the pockets glued on our second signature. And, okay, this is the first one. And this is going to be the inside of the book on the back. Okay. And this is going to be the beginning of the second signature. And all the pockets are glued. So now, whoops, I take that back. I think I missed one. I guess I need to check and make sure I got them all glued like I thought I did. Okay, I thought I glued them all. Oh gosh, I didn't even get that one notched. Okay. I think I was waiting for that glue to dry on this one. All right, so let me move this over here so you can see what I'm doing. I'm gluing this pocket down. I thought I had glued it down, and I guess I didn't. Okay. There we go. All right, so I've got the notches on this pocket. So now I just need to decide the order that I want them to go in. And I've left this page white because I want to just put vellum on that page. And my vellum has not arrived yet, unfortunately. So I either have to put another color on it or just wait for it. And I can add it at another time. It's not that big of a deal. And I want to make sure I've got all these others put in. Okay, and this one has that page that we made. Now it didn't stick over here. So let's try. All right, what other glue do we have that we can try here? Let's try our tacky glue on it. Because Barely Art didn't. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's try some tacky glue on it. Barely Art didn't stick it down. So let's try some tacky glue on it here and see if that lets it stick. Now, if this doesn't work, now tacky glue will also dry clear. So I'm not worried that it looks white right now. But I just want it to stick. If this doesn't work, then I'm going to just use double stick tape. Okay, here it is. Here's my paper towel. I'm just going to put some double stick tape on it. And it's only this one side that's not sticking for some reason. Let's see. Nah, see, that side's not sticking very well either. This side's not sticking down either very well. See, I can pick it up and pull it right off. Okay, so that tells me that glue is not going to hold this very well. So let's just wipe this off. And let's get our double stick tape on it. Oh, now I got glue all over my hands and the plastic. Okay. This is the one we made out of the, let me get this out of the way. Out of the Page Keeper. And the Barely Arts did not stick it down very well. So let me get my double stick tape here. Now it's stuck across the bottom fairly well, but it did not stick on the sides for some reason. So I'm just going to run it right up the sides. So I can see where the glue was. And right there's where I need it. You don't need a lot, but I know. Oh my goodness. And this is the stickiest double stick tape I have ever dealt with. Now, this will work. That red line tape will work. You just want to make sure it's a good double stick tape that's not going to, you know, dissolve your paper. Okay, let's tear that off of there. Now, before you try and take off the backing, that white backing, you want to make sure that it's all the way down. Oh, here it is. So I just use my bone folder, and I go over it like this, and I just go up and down on it. That just makes sure that the back is stuck really well. And then I hold it down. Usually I'll put tape across the bottom, and then I'll hold it down, and then I do my sides. I'll hold the bottom down. I pull the plastic coating off of the sides. And then I let it go all at the same time. Just like that. And now I know it's stuck. And you can do the same thing with your vellum if you want. You can put it on the vellum and then put it across the bottom first. Don't peel off the white backing on the sides. Peel it off the bottom, stick it on the bottom, and then when you're ready, peel off one side at a time. And now I know this is going to stick. Okay, and that side is stuck. So now we need to get our papers in the order that we want them for our signature so that we can trim them. So I know this is going to be the intro to signature 2, so I can get that out of the way. Now let's get this off of here from where I didn't glue that down. Let's see here, what's this one? Okay, that's the green one. So I don't think I want 2 greens together, but let's check the rest of these real quick. This one's just going to have vellum pockets. Okay, that one's glued down. Now remember, any whites that you have, they're not going to be together. They're going to be in separate parts of your book. But I do think I want this folded this way. And I want it up against here, like this. And once you get them in, and you decide this is the way I want it, and we trim them, you can't move them once they're trimmed, okay? Because that's the way that they're gonna fit in your book. Okay, and I want this one this way. And now I am going to round the corners, and I'm going to get out my big chomper to do that because I can do more than one page at a time. And I'm probably going to have to trim the height. I'm going to have to trim the height on them. Okay, and what's my beginning here? My beginning's green, so I want a green on top. And I'm trying to alternate my colors. What, buddy? Oh, I don't have your bed in here, do I? I'm sorry, I didn't put your bed in here. You're okay. You're okay. Yeah, your bed's in the other room. Sorry about that, dude. What? I know. I didn't put your bed in here. Now, as you can see, this is getting a little chunky here. and it's getting chunky because of all of our pockets. So that doesn't mean we have to use all these pages, you know, that we've made. We can save them, you know, for another book. You don't have to use them all. Okay. What we got here? You can go back through after you've done this, and you can decide, yes, I want that. No, I don't. Yes, I do. Okay. Okay, where's our book? I want to see how chunky this is going to be. Yeah, let's see how big this is going to be. All right, let's see here. That's not too bad. It just feels chunky at the bottom. At the top, it doesn't feel chunky, but as you can see, it's going to need trimmed. Some have been cut and others haven't, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, I think I want that one in the middle. And it's your book, you know, so you do your book however you. Okay, that's over there, but I want this one to go this way. So you set your book however you want, and all of your pages for this could be book pages if you want. Make your book however you choose. They could all be old book pages. That would be a cool looking book. Yeah, I think I want mine to go like this. There. Now that's mine. And mine is a chunky little dude. Now, if this was a regular junk journal, I would have other pages mixed in. But this is what mine's going to look like. And it is going to have... This is a book right here in itself. And mine's going to have... Oops, I forgot to glue this page down. Or this pocket down. And mine is also going to have... These aren't going to be the only pockets. Mine's also going to have the vellum pockets. Okay. Let's put that down. Just make sure these other pockets are down. Okay, I think we're ready here. Now, any trimming we do at the top is going to affect any of the belly bands that are glued, so they'll have to be re-glued, of course. Oops, there, we forgot one. Okay. And I'm going to have to pause here and take them out, but I will be right back. Let's finish these pages and then I'll take them out. Okay. All right. Okay, so I'm going to take them out real quick and then I will be right back to show you how we're going to finish the inside of our book. Okay, so now that we've got our papers together, let's see, we don't need that yet. What we're going to need to do is we need to get everything stacked together here. We don't need our glue pad. I have taken the piece for the back of the book. And I took a piece of paper from our paper pack and I glued it onto, do I have this going the right way? No, I got the book upside down. I glued it onto the inside of the book. Okay. And I'm not concerned about the bottom being off because this is going to be covered here with that piece and with, now where'd that other piece go? And with, that's here somewhere. It's going to be covered with this flip out back here. It's going to be covered with that piece. And it's going to be covered with, oh gracious. Where's the other flip out at? I probably have it something sitting on top of it. Because I put on the disc some, that's the piece for the spine. It's going to go right there. And this is the piece for the second signature. This is the covers. Okay, where'd you go, you silly goose? Here's the paper cutter. Well, now I've done really well in not losing anything until right this moment. Because I've kept them all together. Where did it go? That's the lace I want to put on there. Oh, for goodness sakes. All right, well, I'll find it. So, I covered the inside of the book, and I cut a piece of paper from the same piece as this, that it's 3 inches wide, and it's the same length as this paper for my spine, to cover my spine. And when this piece goes in, I want it to sit right in the center. I want it centered. And I want a little bit showing over here. And the same for the flip out that's over here, which is, it's a green color. Is this it? Oh, that's this one. The other one had a green mottled background. Maybe I folded it up and put it in here by accident. Actually, I think it might have been this one. I think it's this one. Okay, so this one is going to go in here. And it's going to go the same way. I want to have a little bit of an edge showing all around. Like this. But I don't want it to go past this bottom edge. Okay? So I want it to go to the bottom, but I want the edge showing, and I want it showing at the top. Like that. And then they're going to flip out like that. Okay? And you're not going to see them together like this. They're going to be separated by the signatures in the middle. Okay, but in the middle where the signatures are shown, you're going to see just a little bit of this. Just a little minute bit. Okay, so there's those. Okay, that one goes there. Okay, I thought I was beginning to imagine things. Okay, so that was what I did here. Now, to create our spacing for this, we're going to need a couple of things. We're going to need a pencil. We're going to need a ruler. We're going to need our pokey tool. We're going to need some thread for sewing through our book. Any color that you choose. My book is a dark color. It's this is black. So I'm going to choose a black thread to sew through. It's going to be covered. The front of my book is going to be covered like this. the front part of my book is going to have this on it. And I'm going to try to cut it to get this butterfly. And then the back part of my book is just, actually, now that I look at it, I might be able to get the rest of that on there. If not, it's just going to be the green. And if I have enough left over, I'm going to take this green and put it down the middle of the two. And then covering it is going to be a piece of lace. If not, I pulled out some blue because there's blue everywhere. And but if I needed to, I pulled this blue out just in case I needed to have it. Okay, so now the lace that I want to use is this green lace. Because everything is green. That was why I wanted to be able to cover the spine. So this is going to go over whatever paper is in the middle. So it's going to go like that. And this is also, I would like to cover up this edge. So I can do that two different ways. This isn't really green. It's more of a turquoise color. So I want to take the edge of my paper and I want to wrap it a little bit. Now, when I put this in here, I only want to take it, see where my book bends right here? I want to take my paper up to here. I want to take it over that. I want to take it up to where my book, I want to take it over this. Okay? So to do that, to put it up here, I need to use matte medium. Okay? It won't soak through my paper, but it will use this. Now, I can also use my PVA glue. Hold on, let me get it. Okay, this is PVA glue. This works great for when you're making books. So this will not soak through your paper. Oh, goodness, here comes the delivery. This will not soak through your paper, and it will not harm your laces. I would not use this on an antique lace, though. Okay, let me grab a delivery real quick. Okay, let's try this one more time. All right, so let's go on and do this. Now, I want to get this out of the way. Let's move this, and we're going to need this. And we're going to put this here. And I did put some glue up here where I showed you that was torn. And that little slit down here I put glue in, so we should be good. Now, let me grab a brush here, because you do need to apply this with a brush or some sort of tool. You don't want to use your hands. Your hands will be so sticky. More sticky than what mine usually get. So you definitely want a tool. Now, let me get my other tools out of the way that we're going to be using. It dries rather quickly, so make sure you know where you want to put it before you put it. You understand what I'm saying? So let me grab a brush. Don't use your favorite acrylic brush or your favorite watercolor brush. You know, don't have on your favorite silk sweater, nothing like that. Don't have on bell sleeves, because you don't want to get this on your clothes. Ask me how I know that. Because it does not come out. So let me get my punch here. Let me get some clamps. Okay. All right, I've got my clamps. Alrighty. And let's get our stuff for stitching. All right. So I've got our stuff to stitch in our signature. Now, first place I'm going to to glue is the front here. And I should have pulled my hair back so I'm not getting glue in my hair. All right. So I want to glue all the way up to here. Now let's see how much. Oh yeah, I can get the butterfly into there. All the way into there. And I would like to wrap the paper around it if I can. A little bit, but I'm afraid it's going to get all torn up. What I should have done is painted this cover a little bit before I did any of this, since I'm not real fond of the cover color. Okay, so this is where I'm going to cut. See, I made that little indentation. That's where I'm going to cut. Right there. Now, if I'm a little bit big, that's okay. I can trim it. Now, where's my pencil? Here. Right there. And right there. Okay. I'm going to make sure I'm straight. Okay. Oh yeah, I think that will fit on the back. So I think we'll be able to get the rest of this on the back. All right, we'll put that little scrap up there. And I think this will fit on the back just fine and dandy. Let's see. Oh, it most certainly will. Yep. See, that will fit on the back right there. Okay. And I'll get the butterfly. Let's see if we can come up here a little bit more. Yeah, I don't mind if the flower's tip is up there a little bit. That's okay. Now, there are probably 100 different ways to make these books. And I will link, like I told you, oh, you know what? Gail Agostinelli's. And so if you want to see how she did hers, you can watch her. She is one that I watched. I watch her quite a bit. Okay, that's where we're going to cut. Hers is an older one from about 5 years ago. And let's see, who else did I combine this with? I think Miss E over at Scrapbooking with Me, I think I combined her idea and Gail's together to come up with this book. So mine is kind of a hybrid of theirs. Okay, I can't do that upside down. I can't see it. All right, let's see here. I need to mark that. Right there. There we go. So I will link theirs for you. So you can watch theirs, and if you decide you want to make another one and you want to make one their style, then you'll have their videos to watch. Okay. Alrighty. Now, let's start gluing here. Now, I chose this paper so I didn't have to do a lot of additional decorating on the front, because this book is just going to get a lot of hands-on activity. And oh, I think I'm clogged here. And I didn't want to have to worry about, yep, I'm clogged. I didn't want to have to worry about, constantly trying to get a decoration fixed or anything like that, because of all the use it was going to get. So I thought, if I can find a paper that is simple, but I like, it's pretty, then that's what I'll use. Oh, come on, you're right there. Come out of there. I think I need a longer pen. Let me get my longer pen here out of the drawer. Right here. I ordered these pens online because they're stainless steel. And I really like them, but I'm telling you what, they're the longest straight pens I have ever seen in my life. And if you've never used them, they're definitely worth the money, but shoo, boy, they're big pens. Come on now. You're right there. Come out of there. All right. Hold on just a minute while I get this cleaned out. Okay, we are ready to go. Okay, so let's get some glue on here. Now, when you're done with this, you want to make sure that you wash your brush completely with soap and water. Just soap will not get it out. You want to make sure that you use soap and water. Did I just say that? I don't remember. Just water will not get it out. Just soap. Yeah, that didn't make sense. Okay. This is my second video today, so between the videos and the laundry and, all the stuff you got to do in a day. And that silly puppy barking at me all the time. I think his brother's ready to come in now. Of course he is. He's going to have to wait a minute. Okay. Now, remember I said, make sure you know where you want to put it before you put it. Because once it's down, it's down. So, start at the bottom. And then work your way up. There. Now, to make sure you don't have any bumps and bubbles, this will work. And if anything is not sticking, you can always go back in with your brush, on your edges. There we go. Now, let's turn this around. And this does dry clear. So if you do get a little smidgen somewhere, like I just did, you can brush it off and it'll be clear. Yes, Baxter. Is your brother ready to come in? I'll get him in a minute, buddy. Yep, he can wait a minute. Okay. Now, and make sure you know, top from bottom. At this point, it can be, we don't really have a specific top or bottom other than the other paper. So, I have a definite top now because of that paper. So, I'm going to start at the bottom. And I'm going to line this up. Yeah, his brother wants in. And I'm going to slowly take this up. Nope, I am not straight. There you go. And lay it down. Okay. Now, just let this sit for a minute before we do anything. And we're going to add our centerpiece. There we go. Oops. Oh no, look what I did. Okay, let's take this right over top of that. Let's take this right over top of that and seal that down. All right, well now I really have to wait a second. Oh goodness. To let that dry. Let me sit that down here. Oh my goodness. So now I really have to let that dry. Okay, I think that is dry enough that we can put this here in the middle. And let's see. Okay, that's our inside piece. Let's move that over there. Now, what were we going to put there? Oh, we were going to do green piece. Let's see if this piece we already have cut. Let's see what it looks like. Oh, that's not bad. Oh, it covers up our flower, though. Let's see here. If we bend the book like this, this is going to come around. This will come around. Like that. Okay, let's see. Okay, that's what it's going to look like. Like that. Well, that's not bad. Okay, we'll do that. And then, of course, the lace will go over it. So, let's put our glue down here. Now, you have to make sure you get down to here in the crevice. And all this is, ooh, I think I got a little too much glue here. Ooh, I think I sure did. So let's pull some of this glue off. Okay, so we want a little bit on our paper. Okay, now let's lay this down. Oh, don't stick over there. I want it right in the center. Like that. Then I want to pick it up. Yeah, I'll trim it here after we're done. Now I'm going to sit it down and bring it up. And I'll use my pencil to mark where I'm going to cut it. Oops, oops, oops. No, no, no. Don't you dare. There we go. Okay. Now, I want to quickly cut this off here. Open. Yeah, because my glue is wet is why you're seeing the buckle. So it's bent and it needs to stay flat. If it's bent and you put it on, you got to leave it that way. I should have just done it flat. And then I wouldn't have any buckles. So let's leave it flat. Oh, now I've already got them. Let's see if I can straighten this up here. Yeah, must not have a lot of glue over here. Okay, now if you leave it flat while it's drying, you won't get these buckles. So let's see, maybe I don't have a lot of glue and I can straighten this side out too. There we go. Okay, let it dry flat. Don't bend it while your glue is wet. It's our #1 rule, and I broke it. I bent it. Let it dry before you bend it. All right, let's get some glue on that. Okay. Now, don't bend your book while your glue's wet. Now, it has to dry flat overnight. Okay? Now, let's get the lace on. So, we can put that there. I don't think I like that now. It doesn't really match that color, does it? Maybe we'll go with an off-white. After that dries, we'll go with an off-white. Okay, let's see. This is the top. Okay, let's go on and glue in our centerpiece. Let's go on and do that. Okay, this is going to have to dry before we can put our signatures in. Okay, we're going to do the same here as we did out front. On the other side, I mean, out front. This has to dry flat overnight before we bend it or do anything else with it. But I will show you how we're going to measure for our signatures, so you can get your signatures together. Okay, so again, we're going to start at the top. We're going to line it up at the top, and then we're going to lay it at the bottom, and here we're going to work it in. We're going to work it into that crevice, and we're going to work it in over here. Okay, and to do that, we're going to use the side. Use this side. Now don't bend it, because remember your glue's wet. But you don't want any bubbles. You don't want anything like that. Now, if you were covering this in fabric, you could use Fabri-Tac glue. You could use, if you wanted, you can use for paper. You can use this glue. You can use any kind of glue you want. Your Eileen's glue will work. You can use your double stick tape that we used earlier. You can use that. Yeah, I don't use paper very often to cover books. I usually use fabric. But I thought this one's going to get so much work. I don't want to waste fabric. Okay, so I'm going to use the edge of, I'm using the blunt edge of my bone folder. And I actually have a round one someplace that I could be using. Now, when you're done with this, you're probably going to have to wash your bone folder off because it could have glue on it. So you probably are going to want to wash it. You know, just kind of take a look at it and see. I know mine is starting to get some glue on it. There. Okay. I'm pushed into my grooves. There. All right. So let me stick this in some water real quick. And then I will show you how we're going to measure. You're going to need just a piece of white paper. Let me see what our time is before we get into this. Let's see here. Oh gosh, I tell you what, we're going to do that in our next video. So you can craft along with me in our next video. We're going to measure and we're going to get our signatures sewn in. But for now, our book needs to dry. And once it's dry, we can sew in our signatures and we can add our flip outs. We can get our flip outs measured up. We can get them added in. They're going to go right here. And then we can get our signatures added. So we're almost ready to go. This one's going to go there. Now, if you're going to ink up any of these, now's the time to do it before you get them in your book. If you're going to round your corners, now's the time to do it. You know, before we start adding them in, I'm going to round my corners. So I'm going to do that before the next time we get together. These are all going to have, these here on these flip outs are going to have big side tucks on them for larger items. And my corners are going to be rounded. So until I see you again in our next video, ta-ta for now.